Yo. Yo. Is this working? Hold on. Hey, yeah, it does. It's going good. They took down my game, so that's good. I sold, I mean, like, a bunch of sales. No returns. So, I guess I'll just, they can return it if they want. Like, that's out of my hands. I can't force them to return it. All I can do is post a bunch of stuff saying, sorry. There's no way to, like, give them money, because Steam doesn't tell you who bought it, right? Oh no, oh, you weren't here for that. So I accidentally posted the Familia Act 2 as live, and it was for sale on sale for like $4, and like 10 people bought it. Yeah, and the only way you can get a game removed from Steam is if you message them, which I did immediately, and they did. And then I also posted an update on the page of the game, and I also posted on Discord and Twitter. At least it wasn't 1K. Well, I mean, the thing is you can return it, and if you couldn't figure out, if you went and bought it and you couldn't figure out that I made a mistake, I mean, at this point, I don't know what else to do. Like, Steam is very open to returning stuff, so my guess is what happened is they bought it and then they saw all the new content I added and they were just like, whatever, you know, like they kept playing it. Like, my active player base has gone up tremendously to like 10, which is a lot, you know what I mean? So no returns so far for all the people who bought it. So I guess they probably just played it and then they're like, whoa, there's a bunch of new stuff. So yeah, it's cool. It's good. I mean, it was like an accidental market test, you know? So I was really freaking out about it yesterday, but I'm fine now. So what I'm trying to do now is, you know, if you're in a shop, it does this thing where it detects button input, right? And if you are using touchscreen or mouse, it actually puts buttons onto the screen, right? I'm looking at the way that works. Because what it looks like it's doing is it has a set click handler, and my objective is to make it so that the buttons appear on the screen if you use the touch screen. That'll enable me to make it so I don't have to have a kind of a semi-separate build for Windows and Android and iOS. You know, I can just use one build and it can just do everything, you know? So I'm figuring that out. It looks like there's a button visible here. var for, I'm gonna do some Code Academy stuff in a little bit. I just wanted to look at this to kind of start my brain going. For var I equals 0, if I is greater than 5. I'm so tired right now to do that. That's a lot of brain work. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I went and watched Black Adam today. I actually liked it a lot. I thought it was, and don't like hate me for saying this, but it's like my favorite movie of 2022. Not to say that 2002 was a very strong, or 2022 was like one of the stronger years for movies. Until Avatar 2 comes out in December. Yeah, and also Black Panther 2 is coming out next month as well, so that could possibly be better than Black Adam. We'll see. I don't think it's not like it was the biggest thing on its time in terms of visuals. I mean, you don't even have to say in its time. Avatar is the highest grossing film of all time. It's the biggest movie ever, of all time, of every time, of this time and that time and its time and the past. Like the blue people Avatar. besides anything Lord of the Rings. Have you been liking Ring of Power or what? Rings of Power? I like it, but it's not like perfect. I don't know. I liked Rings of Power. You said you like anything Lord of the Rings and you haven't even watched the $500 million. So you clearly were not interested in the Silmarillion, which I've read multiple times. In many ways, I found that kind of more interesting on the reread. Everything from Ring of Power is basically Silmarillion. Yeah. I would say it's not as good as any of the Lord of the Rings movies. Or even, I would say it's not as good as even the Hobbit movies. But it's, if you like Middle-earth stuff, lore, like, you'll like it. I'm the kind of person who, like, if somebody makes a show and it's like has a lot of the stuff I love, but it's not like perfect, I'm still stoked, you know? As long as it's fun and entertaining, you know, I don't really get mad. But a lot of people who watch Ring of Power like hate it if they're hardcore Tolkien fans, you know? So I'm not really that way. I would consider myself a pretty... I mean, I've probably read Lord of the Rings like two or three times, and The Hobbit more than that. And Silmarillion even probably more than The Hobbit, because it's kind of more of an... Well, that book is more like appendices. I don't know. It's not really like you just read it through. But either way, I'm a pretty big fan, and I love Rings of Power, and I want them to make more shows like that. Like I want shows like Rings of Power to be widespread. But I do agree that it's not perfect, and there's a lot of things that I don't understand why they did this decision or that decision. You know, so there's a lot of that kind of stuff in Rings of Power. Like, why did you make that choice? Why is this happening? Why is this emphasized? Why are you deciding to change the lore in this way? I mean, because, like, people are like, oh, you can't change the lore for the movie. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy, was, like, so much better than if they would have stuck staggeredly, like, strictly to the lore. Like, they changed or omitted things in order to make it work better in a movie, you know? And I think that that's a good idea, and I think that it's good that it's a good thing that Peter Jackson did with that. Yeah, especially because Hobbit is like half the length of any of the Lord of the Rings books. I wasn't annoyed with the Hobbit being 3 movies. I was down. They just proved that they could make the money to do it, and if I was Jackson, I could understand wanting to do it. I would have liked to see the content of the movies be a little bit more modest. I think they tried to go big in the... Oh, you're mad about having to wait for the third one because of the cliffhanger? I don't remember what happened at the end of the second one. Was that right at the... Was that when they first found the dragon at the end of the second one? So I guess I said I liked it, but maybe I'm a fake fan because I don't even remember where Smaug... Yeah, and I don't even remember how the first one ended. Was it like in the Goblin Cave? How did the first one end? Did they fight the wargs? I don't even remember. After the Goblin Cave and ate Azog and the eagles. Okay, I remember something like that. Thorin sees the blue mountain and it cuts. Oh, so the whole movie for the second movie is like walking into the mountain and talking to the dragon? So that is a bit spread out, I think. Throw Bjorn, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the way they portrayed Bjorn. I didn't think he was that cool. I don't know, it's just kind of a mess. The Hobbit movies were not as cleanly done. Like, they weren't like a very clear narrative. Nowadays with movies and shows in general, they just jump all over the place. And I mean, they kind of did that in The Two Towers, right? But Two Towers was my favorite movie in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So, and I think it's fair to say that the Frodo and Sam stuff was actually a very small part of the movie. Most of it was the stuff that was happening in Rohan, so I feel like it worked. Yeah, that was awesome. Skateboard. Yeah, Twin Towers was my favorite of all the Lord of the Rings movies. Of all of the Middle-earth lore, any kind of incarnation. My favorite part of Two Towers was when the Ents march on Isengard. Like, that one still hits me hard. Even now, if I watch it, I'm like, shit, dude. Last march of the Ents. Let's go. I'm just like, oh. It still gives me like, ah! It was weird saying, yeah, they left that a bit more mysterious in the books, huh? And then all of a sudden, they come out of the ground in these little... I was there for it, though. Digs out of Earth sack, yeah. It's like... Guess you work for me now, I dug out. I guess you work for me now, I dug you out. I mean, the lore kind of presented just like these evil... But I think orcs... They're never really made relatable, but... I think that you could make orcs more... like, just explain their culture a little more and stuff. You ever play Shadow of Mordor? I think I did. Is that the one on N64 or whatever? Shadow of Mordor. Yes, I did play this game. I played this game quite a bit. Played it on PS4, I think. It's also free right now in Twitch Prime, by the way. If you want to give it a whirl for PC, I can prime it. Maybe I'll get it. I don't really play video games, but maybe I'll give it a shot. So it looks like this button visible false is a conditional that I'll be able to use. It looks like it might be global. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna do a script call that says if button visible is true, then make your on-screen buttons appear. So that would be freaking easy if that works. But it looks like it only might work in the shop. So that's kind of a tricky thing. might have to create my own. Like, I might have to create my own thing where if button is detected, say true. And it'll basically just be like, if they touch the screen, and then a timer will go for like 5 minutes. And if they don't touch the screen, the buttons will like disappear after 60 seconds or something like that. It's just going to be so much more, if I can do it that way, the gameplay will be so much more fluid and development will be easier because I can just use the same process for I don't have to like change the plugins when I deploy to Android, except for a couple like ones that utilize Pixie and stuff. I'm gonna find out tomorrow if Google accepted my Android version of my game. I actually won't be able to deploy another Android version right away, which kind of sucks because I need to deploy one in order to get approved again. If I get, I have a feeling I'm going to get rejected again because I didn't exclude certain hardware profiles, which I'm going to have to do on this next run. So it looks like this is like saying var I, basically I guess that's icon, button width times icon, add child button. I wonder if this button, I wonder if I can use this. We'll try it. So I'll do, now that I know it's in Windows, I'm just gonna close the other ones. We're gonna pop open SAN, analog movement, or SAN, how about, we'll put it in my plugin, Joe Mobile Optimization. So you saw my touchscreen that I was able to kind of get working, right? Where now it has an edge that it grabs. I might make it stop more in, like stay inside of the thing. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But I've kind of rethought about, like I had my nephew play it, and one thing I realized really quick is that he puts his hand all over the freaking screen when he has touch controls. Like a lot of people do that. So like I was having him playing on an Android tablet, and he's a kid, right? He's 10. And he would like, he liked it, but he would like move his hand like way across the whole freaking screen. And I was like, man, I never do that when I play. And then I was watching like other kids play on the iPads at school and stuff because I teach, right? And they do the same thing. Like they're not like me where they're like this. They're like put it down and like do this business, which is partially because they're less coordinated, right? Like kids are less coordinated, so if you move your hand across the whole screen, like you can have more, it takes less mechanical control of your hands to do it that way. It's not as fast, like it's not as good as the way I do it, like as far as being like a competitive gamer or whatever. My way is better. That strict like fast movement just with your thumb is going to be a lot quicker, but kids are dumb or whatever, so they do this thing like they're doing finger painting or something, and that changed the way I wanted to design the controller, because I wanted to make it so that you can move your finger around the whole screen if you care to. Okay, so let's get back into that plugin. The plugin I want is Joe Hij LMNOP QR ABC Joe Mobile Up. This is the one. Okay, so I'm gonna do a conditional do it. Here it is, right here. This is where I want to put it. Wow, so this is actually pretty big. So this is all the stuff I did. Look at this crazy ass code, man. I'm using like tangential twos, sines, math rounds, pi. I didn't know you could do math pi. So you can have the actual specific value of pi up to like 500 decimal points. So basically I need to make a conditional here for if touch input is triggered. I'll put it above this one because I don't want it to have the additional conditionals. So if touch input is triggered, button visible becomes true. So now I can test this by making it so images will appear if button visible is true. Okay, so save, and then we're gonna go back to the game. And if so, I actually go to common events here. And we're gonna add some. Actually, let's go add some to the plugin here. So I need to add more buttons to Yan Fly Picture common events. This plugin here. So we kind of stopped adding stuff at 67, 71, 70. Looks like my last one was 67, 71, oh wow. 75. What am I actually using in my common events? Let's go look at that. I'd like to give some space in case I want to add additional. So it looks like 76. So let's start at 80 for button and common events. So 80 through 90 should be enough to where I can get everything I need. So this will be, actually I can use 63, that already exists. Right, so I'll add that one. Open menu. Close menu, or is there an action button here? No, so we basically just need an action button to appear. Button action. Oh, I see why I needed the button menu close to be separate. So basically the way this works is so you don't turn it right back on automatically. so that makes all sense. So I need a button action. I put some exclamation marks on this just so I know that it's different from the rest. So I need this to just be an action button. How should I do that? I need a common event that simulates an action button. Common event that simulates input virtual click, replace with OK. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one. So, script call, input virtual click. Okay. Oh, that would work because that's a touchscreen anyway too. So, okay, so this is 77. So I have to make. Let's go to the test map. We'll add a guy right here. We're gonna make him activate the picture. So we'll do picture. The logic for this. I have to do it with a parallel. How'd you do it with a parallel? Okay. Man, were you here yesterday? I got like freaking 30 subs yesterday. It was crazy. It's like $100, man. I mean, more for them. It's like $150 for them. Let me look at the plugin for a little bit. Because people use it for this. Let me see how they... I'm thinking I'm just gonna change the opacity. Like if it has like I'm just gonna make it so the opacity equals 0. And then it'll have to update in the plugin. So make this guy just load the picture. What common event was it in? I forgot. 77. We'll just start it at 0 opacity. I'll just do this. I'll put this on the screen as the button. So I need a script call to change. You can do it with load picture. Okay, so it's gonna be move picture. And then I'm gonna put in here if lurk, okay. If button visible equals true, let's just retype this in my own words. Game screen, move picture, 77, origin, center, X is 640, Y is 500, scale X 100, 100, opacity 255. I think I can just stop. Maybe I should just fill it out. I don't know. Blend mode 0, frames 1, easing 1 or 0. Cool. And that should do it. Let's comment this out. I'll use it as a reference if I need to manipulate it later. So basically it's like if you push the button, then the button becomes true. Okay, so let's save this. Should actually kind of put this above here. Like it makes more sense to not be in the scene map. It makes more sense to be way up here by these guys. Okay, so file save. Let's test it out. F5. Oh shoot, did I not create that guy? Should be standing there. What the frick is he? Just make sure my code is right. I'll create another NPC. The frick is he? Oh, this I see. Okay, so it looks like that script call is wrong. That's actually a good sign. Game screen, move picture. Picture ID origin. Picture ID. Let me look at the sample. Oh. 0, 1. Okay, so it's not centered. It's probably 1. That should make that go away. So this should be a clickable button here. Oh wow, everything got fucked up. Code must have messed it up. Okay, so that's something. This is supposed to disappear. have it set. Like a fool. Okay, so you better work now, you sucker. So this picture should go away. Fuck, still not working. Let's save it. It is 77, right? I'm gonna try this one more time and then take a quick break. Okay, so we did that. Yeah, this is not working correctly. It's supposed to hide these. Yeah, it's not hiding. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna... Hey, thank you, anonymous gifter. I wish I knew who you were, so I could give you a big fat kiss. I'm getting like subs so randomly. I've been like crazy blessed. I've gotten more subs in the last 2 days than I've gotten like in my life. It's crazy. I'm like a pro streamer, even though I have 3 viewers. It's like a wild thing. But thank you, anonymous gifter. I appreciate it. Pokemon's left eyebrow. I didn't even know there's somebody who watches my stream named Pokemon's left eyebrow. If anybody's listening, I'm kind of just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Basically, I'm making it so when you touch the screen, it activates the touchscreen controls. Makes sense, right? This is the action button, right? Right here. So when you push it, it kind of doesn't work because it like, if I put them over here, it'll work. Let's see. But I want to make it so that the thing disappears if you don't push a button for like, let's say, 20 seconds. So it looks like how did I do this before? Also, I got some follows when I was gone today. That's interesting. My channel's like growing. It's weird. So basically this creates an action button for 10. You could do this with a loop. I'm trying to think of the logic. like, I could create a common event that happens when you touch the screen. That activates everything. And then turns itself off if you don't touch the screen. See, I'm just trying to think of how to do this, like, in the most efficient manner possible. Basically, I'm gonna prototype out what I want it to do. So, if player touches screen, action button, run, walk, toggle button, and menu button appear. If nothing is pressed for 30 seconds, buttons disappear. So, I think I might do this evented, right? Like, I might make it so it's a common event, and I could just make the common event trigger on input. I feel like I should do that in the plugin. I feel like that'd be more efficient. But I don't know how to, like, I don't know how to delete it. Let's listen to some mellow music. Mellower music. Oh. So you see how that works? It appears. It's like too high still. When you touch the screen. Oh shoot, no. I want it at that height. So this one is 1048 by 40. The button size is 222, 1048 by 400. $222. Picture ID 77. Origin 0. X. We'll move it over 10. 59. For Y, we'll move it down 411. Scale X, we'll scale it down. Actually, 100. Let's scale it down 10%. So 10% would be 20 down. 10% would be like 22. Frames, just like 11. How many frames did I set it? I said to 11. Okay, so it doesn't work because it's automatically updates if the button's on. So it just gives me one frame. So it just moves like a slight, very slight bit.
What y'all think, but I think that's pretty.
Oh. My bad, programmer. Save F5. Interpreter. Yeah, what is interpreter? I don't know. Get rid of that. I moved it. Okay. It's not moving the picture. Let's just do it this way. Okay, it works perfectly. Look at that. Okay, so now that I have it activating on whether you push the touch screen, now I can just make it a matter of how long it takes, right? Okay, so let's just increase the frames in which it takes to start. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if they'll be sequential. I don't think they will be. Feature ID, origin, X, Y, scale, opacity, blend mode, 0, frames, syntax error. Oh shoot, yeah, of course. So I basically need a frame counter. Maybe I have to create a new unit. So it'll be like else. So if you're not pushing it, let's declare a new thing. Var button weight, buttons weight. We'll start this at like, I don't know. For now, let's just do 90 frames. If buttons weight is equal to greater than 0, then we do this shit. Increase it by 255 divided by 22. I don't understand. This might work though. Okay. So. Okay. Shit is broken. 211. Poor syntax again. So it just fades off right away. That's not what I want. I want it to fade off after. Is it -1 or equal minus? Yeah, minus equal. I want you to just fade away like that. I want you to wait until... I want you to do what I say. Dumb program. Buttons wait. Oh, yeah. I'm not setting buttons wait to refresh when I push it. So when I go here, I gotta... Opacity. See how it fades out? I want it to stay a little longer and then fade out if I don't push it for a while. Oh, this is getting so complicated. Buttons wait. If buttons wait is greater than 0. Oh. If 0 is greater or equal to buttons wait. So that was a code issue. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, there's probably a syntax error. If 1 is greater than buttons weight, if buttons weight is less than 1, it should disappear. But This is saying button's weight is always greater than 1. Do a console log here for what button's weight is. Oh, it goes like super low. I gotta close some of these console logs in this plugin. Let's go look at them all. Those are closed. Oh, I did close them all. It's just this button weight. Oh, I see what's going on. That 9 drops freaking fast. So it's not dropping 1 per frame. It's dropping like... That's why it seems like it's not doing what I want. Oh, it's working. So then I can just increase this 90. I don't feel like that's 1 per frame though. That slows it down quite a bit. This will depend heavily. This isn't like a good way to measure time though, because it depends heavily on the speed of your computer. I wish Code or LMP was here. They could give me some advice on this. So basically when this number hits 0, it'll like disappear again. I'm around, sorry. Oh dude, all it is you see how this number is changing here? I'd like to get it so that it's comparable to a frame. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm making it so the touch controls appear on the screen, and then after a certain amount of time they disappear. It basically, when it goes below 1, is the way it works now. You can see it's 15, 12, 8, 6, 5, 3, 0, and then it starts disappearing. It works, but I don't totally understand what's going on with this guy. I'm using... So basically, if button's on, which is like if you push it, right? If you do a touch input, that's activated, and then if you release it, it's not. Button's on becomes off, and then it has this button weight property, button's weight property variable, which I set it to like minus equals 1/10, and it moved it about the speed. What is the math here? Like I don't understand. Like, I don't understand exactly what it's doing. I've used it before and it like will kind of work, but I don't understand. Oh, so 160 will be 1 frame? Is that what it is? Code? $60 frames? I don't know, dude. I'm just. So are you guessing too? I guess I'll just figure. I'll just find it through experimentation. -1 per 60 frames. Let's look. Okay, so you can see it at the bottom. That looks about 1. No, that's slower than a frame. It's like, what is that measurement? And the other thing I need to know is, will this go faster if they have a faster computer and slower if they have a slower computer? Like, that's the significant thing, right? See, and then it goes past 0. Not with FPS sync on. Okay. Basically, the way I'm designing my game now, right, is touchscreen will always appear if you touch the screen. So the touchscreen controls are going to pop up if you touch the screen. And I want to make it so they'll like hang in there for like, I don't know, 60 seconds. But if you stop touching the screen, you just let it sit, the touchscreen controls will disappear again. Right? It's relatively simple to do, but I just want to not have it be too crazy of a time. So basically, if you touch and set it to actual seconds. Ooh, tell me how to do that. Tell me. That will be actual seconds? Really? Didn't set it to actual seconds. It's just negative equals 1. Okay, well I have the console log down there, so I'll be able to look. Was my syntax error? 216. Touch input is triggered. Oh. Set it to wait for 300. Oh, so you're just saying, so this is frames then. It may be more, I'm not certain. Yeah, I'm not certain either. That was actually what I was kind of, so you're saying 300. Well, let's try it. So 360, and then I just, yeah, that looks like about 1 frame per second. Don't you think? That feels like about a frame a second, the speed at which it's moving. So if I push this, and then this will last until this goes down to, can you zoom in on this? No, you can't. So how many, 360, that's 10 minutes. Wait. 60 frames is 1 second, so that's 10 seconds. I think so. What is 60 times 60? 360. Not 3600. This is actually okay though. I'm okay with it being like kind of long. 1 minute is a bit too long. I think maybe like... Actually, let's just do 1 minute. Because you just touch the screen again, right? Like it'll just be like you just touched again. Code, have you been impressed with my maths recently? Wait, why did it not didn't I must have not saved it. File save. Doing all kinds of fancy maths these days. Sure. Okay, so then it disappears. It starts disappearing. It still takes like another 20 frames. That's slick, dude. So if you're like playing, so like if I'm chilling, right, and I'm playing, you won't even notice it, and the touchscreen will stay on, right? And then if you start and you play with this, right, and I'm still moving around, it'll disappear eventually. So then what's good about that is I can use the same basic plugins for both builds, you know, so that'll just make development more streamlined because everything will be pretty much the same build except for I'm not going to use the Nico MZ plugin because it doesn't really work. I don't know, I might, but I won't have to use the Allo plugin. I'll just do everything with button common events. Like this, you know? And then if you push the screen, it'll make the touchscreen buttons appear. Or if you enter the touchscreen with, so if you enter the menu with touchscreen, it'll leave the touchscreen on there. But if you enter the menu without touchscreen, it'll make the touchscreen pop up if you touch the screen. Well, the menu will work with touchscreen regardless, so it doesn't really have to like switch on and off because it's all the buttons will work. So you can touchscreen on the menu always, but I'll make the action button and the menu button disappear if you don't push on the screen. I feel like it's a more immersive experience, don't you? Like those big fat buttons on the screen are not... I only want them there if it's necessary. So if somebody's, for example, playing on mobile and they're using a controller or a keyboard, those buttons will disappear. Which I think is a way better experience, right? And also, too, if you're on like a Microsoft Surface Pro or any... Stop it from obscuring the screen. Yeah, and if it's like, why is it there if you're not using it, right? Same as having less obtrusive menus, yeah. I think for now I'll do 1 minute and then, you know, as I test it more, I'll get a better feel for it. But it basically works, right? You come over here, and then you can talk to him. I don't have the menus. I don't have the exclusions for like the area where the button is. And also the buttons will disappear when you go into dialogue, and you can just push anywhere on the screen. I'm gonna maybe take a break, and I gotta go to sleep though pretty soon. Cause I told my friend I'd help him with some landscaping at his house tomorrow. Bro, I got a bunch of subs. Isn't it crazy, Code? I got like 31 subs in the last 2 days. I've also gotten like 5... Like today I got like 6 more follows on YouTube. Even got a couple follows on Instagram, which never happens. Anon one today too. Yeah, that one was, and that one was anonymous. It's pretty just wild. All this stuff that's happening, you know. It's great. I got like some TikTok followers. All my social media is like all time best it's been. I gotta do another YouTube video this week though. I haven't done anything. I'm gonna just start going more low production level tutorials. Those are the ones for me at least that tend to take off the most, and they're not hard to do at all. You know, I just turn on my screen and start doing something, and then I edit it down so it's more clear. My last like 5 have been pretty high effort, at least for me, like higher effort than I usually tend to make. And it's like, you know, those all didn't really get any views. The ones that got views were just where I did screen shares with no camera, so I think that's kind of the route I gotta go. There was somebody who left kind of a trolly comment on one of my YouTube videos, where when I said like I finally got this touchscreen thing like working, I was so excited. And then they were like, just use Unity. And I wrote back, they said just learn Unity. Just use Unity would have been less of a jerky thing to say. But to say just learn Unity, it's like I kind of know Unity already. I mean, I'm not like a pro, but I've already learned Unity. I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Everyone has their preference. Well, no, I just thought it was funny because I was like, oh, I'm so stoked that I finally got this touch control working, da da da. And then, I don't know. It's such a trolly thing to say. So very much so, yeah. I gotta figure out a code so that I can make it so the way it's set up now, I can't animate the on-screen buttons because the show picture is right here. I gotta make it so after you activate the buttons on, you can push the buttons and then I can animate them when I push them. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to do a true-false type of thing. I'm trying to keep this like simple and not make it overly complicated. Then I can use common events, because the buttons are common events. I can give them like cool animations when I push them and stuff. I don't need that. I define it. No, actually, I might need that. I don't think I do. I think as long as I declare it, it's okay if it's undefined. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. me also comment out this console log so it doesn't create a mess later. So this works now in its current state, but so I need it to turn on. So I'm probably gonna have to create another variable and set it to true. And then turn it off after this is done. And I'd probably want to make it go off after this turns to 0. How do I do that simply? You know, too, for mobile, I'm probably not gonna do like 2 buttons. I'm just gonna always make it so, like, I'm not gonna have a dash and a walk. I'm just gonna make it so it's always dash. Because the way my game works, it's like some maps you walk and some maps you dash. Right? So I don't really, and especially now that I have analog controls, it's like, I don't really want the player to be able to choose between dashing and walking, because you have an analog freaking controller, like, just push it softly. You know, if you don't want to move fast. Right? So, the dash for my game, other than like me manually setting it on and off on certain maps, I think it's pretty much irrelevant. I don't think the player needs to switch between dash. I think they should always just be dashing, unless it's a non-dash map. So I don't need that button. You can use it on touchscreen or on you can use it on gamepad or keyboard if you want, because those don't have necessarily always analog control. The control can go either way, but the keyboard doesn't have analog. So for that reason, you may want the ability to move slowly in certain circumstances, because it's easier to like push the red event, right? That's a whole nother thing I gotta do too, is get the character animation stuff working correctly with the analog movement plugin. I'm probably gonna just have to change the original plugin to make it so some of the stuff is global, and then I'll be able to affect it from Galp's plugin. Or I don't know. My game is looking more and more like exactly the way I want it to, but it's like, it's becoming so crazily customized. It's like I'm getting to the point now where I feel like I can pretty much do whatever I want. It's just a matter of how long it takes, right? I don't really feel like, at least for within the style that I want the game to be at, I feel like there's really no limitation. But other than time, which I guess is a very significant limitation. What was I saying I needed to do? I like lost track in my mind. It was something to the effect of like making it so. Oh, so on has one. Yeah, that's pretty easy to do, to set it so that it's always on though. So I think for the map there'll be like one big button here, and there'll be a different button for battle. There was something I was gonna try to do right now, but I like forgot as I was sitting here. It was something to do where I was thinking about maybe using a Boolean to detect whether or not the controller went off. So you decide to zoom based on the map. Do I just, I don't really, technically, I don't really think of it as a zoom. None of my maps actually have zoom ins. I just have maps where I increase the zoom of the character and then I parallax it and like use the AI upscaling to make it bigger. So the sprite is like identical but zoomed in. So I'll zoom in on these guys. But like the map is still like the same 48 by 48 pixel, like 48 pixel grid. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, it's more scaling than zooming. I do technically zoom in the sprite, but the grid is still the same. Like it's still the same, you know, whatever it is by default. I had another idea for a video too that would take like, I'm always trying to think of quick video ideas. Let me write that down, that video idea. It's to do like it's gonna be parallax mapping, no plugin. Typically, for my game, it's more like, so part of it is just like I already made a pretty good map and it's zoomed out, so I'll just leave it. But generally going forward, without having to remake a lot of existing maps, my approach is more about like if it's somewhere that's more, I want to create a more intimate feeling, you know, like the inside of their house. And I have like cutscenes, right, where you want to see, where it's better to see the characters up close. Like the world map, for example, that makes the most sense for them to be zoomed out because you want to feel like the world is like big. And some of the maps, it's like more okay. In general, actually, I think for Act 2, pretty much my plan is like, and all the maps I make going forward from here, they all are going to be kind of zoomed in, other than the world map. So as far as like which ones to zoom in the future, it's going to be like all of them. I'll probably make it so like indoor stuff will still be a little bit closer. There will be times where I want it to look like something is like really big, right? And then that's usually where I'll probably zoom out more. I will probably use the camera zoom too, but it's uglier than using the rescaling of the parallax. So, but yeah, usually in general, I'm kind of like realizing what I do as I say it. But I think in general, if I want a more intimate scene, I'll make it closer up, you know? And if I want a more of a feeling of like, it's a big place, you know, or it's grandiose, I zoom out. If I want it to feel like the player is small and the world is big, I zoom out. If I want it to feel like the player is big and intimate, I zoom in. Are you gonna do like a zooming thing in your game where you're closer to the player sometimes? Sometimes it just fits better with the frame too to be close up. Like my airship scene, which I really like that airship scene a lot. I like the way it zooms in, you know. So, and ironically, that zoom plugin, I thought it would be like worse on mobile, but the way mobile works is it's like higher resolution and it scales it down. So the pixel art actually looks more crisp when I zoom in, which is not what I had expected, you know. Okay, yeah, so I'm remembering what the thing I wanted was. So I basically wanted to make it so I could do common events for the buttons, so I could make the buttons animated after they pop up. So basically, when this button's on, variable is set to true, I'm gonna have to create an additional variable that will make it so it only fires this game screen show picture once, as opposed to multiple times. So it'll be like buttons on is false. So it'll be like buttons on var buttons buttons active. How do I do this logic? Basically, I just want the game screen show button picture to fire if it's not already on. Okay, I think I got it. So buttons on is whether you're pushing it or not pushing it. Buttons active, we'll do inside of this, we'll do if buttons active, Then you do this. And then it has the buttons wait. But I need it to not fire. So I can do if buttons on, buttons active equals true. And I can do here if buttons weight is less than firm. Buttons active. Is there a reason to check if it's true on line 210 and 209? Not in its current incarnation. I'm trying to think through the logic. I don't have it figured out. It's relatively simple what I'm trying to do. Basically, I just wanted to do this game screen show picture once. Here, actually, I should put it after. This is what I want to do. So I do is, and then I set it to false here. Actually, I set it to true here. And then I'll put false here. And then here, I'll set it to false by default. Outside of the function. So this way it'll only fire once until the time's up, right? This will go buttons active to false. Okay, so this should make it so that I now have access to the animations. What did I mess up on? 210. 210. If buttons is not active, then you show the picture and you make buttons active. And the button weight gets updated to 360. I can actually put this at the top. Else, so if buttons is not on, then button weight decreases by 1 per frame. If button's weight is less than 1 frame, game screen move picture fades off and buttons active is off. Condition goes in parentheses. Yeah, okay, my bad. Wait, you mean the exclamation mark goes in the parentheses? Is that how it works? Is it like this? Exclamation in or out? Oh, it goes inside? Okay, I probably would have caught that. Can you tell I'm getting better at this stuff? Oh, it works, see? My button animation worked. Okay, so now I can do a button common event here. Great. Now this was a bit of a crappy one, but we'll do like 4. Actually, no, I don't. If I do 2 move pictures next to each other in a script call like this, they'll both happen at the same time. If honest, you are learning new things, still need to retain old things better. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think more broadly what you mean is I just don't have a good grasp on some of the fundamentals, right? Is that kind of what you're saying? Because I agree with that, if that's what you're saying. Like, I'm not very fluent with them. I think doing those code academies are good. But I still like am just like as far as syntax goes, I'm like terrible. I've been getting a lot better at using the console. Programming in general, since all languages work the same. Yeah. But lack the basics of JavaScript. Yeah, the fundamentals. I agree with that. It's weird because the way I am now, like I couldn't even really get a job, even though like a lot of people who have been doing JavaScript for years couldn't even like do some of the stuff. Not what I'm doing now, but that freaking tangential and the angles and the radians, all that shit was crazy. I spent like a whole, like several days just kind of trying to fuck around with it, and then I woke up one day and it was like a miracle in my brain just happened, and everything became so clear to me exactly how to do it, and I just typed it out from scratch. And I felt like a god. Like the thing that really I like woke up in the morning, I'm like, angle. I have to measure the angle. I have to have a value for the angle. And I was like, oh my god. And I can use an angle with the area and compare the angle to the radian, and if the radian and the angle are this, I don't know. It's pretty exciting. If you do script calls like this, does it like do them sequentially? It doesn't, right? I'm not sure what I mean. I mean, like, they both have weights in them. Won't the weights happen at the same time if I do it like this? Here, I'll find out in a second. I don't really need to ask that as a question. I can find out very quickly just by trying to do it. And then I'll know immediately. Either in a list, anyway, you would just delay both after the run. Yeah, so it doesn't, it runs them at the same time. I'm curious, I couldn't figure out the weight by frames in script calls, which would be useful for a lot of the stuff in the plugins and stuff. I can just do like set a variable and then make it weight, but it says like interpreter wait like this. The lack of asynchronous programming, yeah, it is pretty sad. So for something like this, it just would make more sense to just use the move picture functionality, right? Because that like if you use the actual event, I don't remember the 77 with 9090. Make it like 6. There's no wait for completion on move picture, right? Yeah, it just runs at the same time. For 11. Oh no, X, Y is 411. X is 1059. Look at that. I'm also going to make it so if you touch this, it doesn't make the touchscreen pop up like that. But yeah, works great. Look at this. Now I got to put in the menu button. It's interesting how it stops them from moving. Why is that? Oh, because this weight, maybe? I wonder if there's a better way to do this so it doesn't make them stop moving. I think if I don't have either of these, it'll still stop them from moving. Let me check. Okay, yeah, this doesn't actually stop them from moving. It was the weight. Okay. I could do a movement route weight. Yeah, let's do that. That way it won't. No, but that'll. Kind of a hack. Okay, this does not work. I just wanted to do the animation and not affect my ability to run. That's kind of shitty. That's so weird. Huh.
In Fire and Blood and House of the Dragon.
do I deal with this? How do I do this? I want to make it go small and get big again. I can make another button for a release action. That's probably what I gotta do. That'll work, and then I can just set it as a release. I don't need to do this thing where I have asynchronous loading in all the menus. It's only on the map. Or not, why did I say asynchronous? I don't know what I'm talking about. But in the menus, it doesn't matter. Anyway, excuse me. That works perfectly. And then I can still run while I'm doing it. Excellent. Sweet. I knew I'd find a solution. Okay, and then I need the menu button. So I guess the menu will be... I mean, there already is a menu button, isn't there? So it's this one. Button, open menu, so 63. I gotta actually create that. This is actually a more efficient way to do this too. So it's allo virtual buttons. I can just call it menu. I'm gonna call it control actually. Control menu. How wide is it? Control menu, it's 100. Okay, so come back into my code here. Do the same thing. This is actually 67, was it? So I put it above. That makes more sense. That's cool, the menu buttons are still working. Oh, this is actually going to be pretty easy to set up. So I just have to close this when I open the menu. Wow, this is like almost ready to go. That's amazing. Because everything else is already in the menu. So, well, I guess I got to do the combat and the name entry still. But those are minor, dude. Those are way easier than this. Because dealing with all the map events, it's just a lot more complex. So button open menu is 63. So let's go and code that in there. So 63. I think it was 12. I think I had it at like 10. 1160, and the top was just 20, right? The wrong button. Menu, control menu. $63, right? Is 63 the right number? Is that the common event that it's attached to? Yes. Seem to be working. Oh, it doesn't work because I didn't activate the menu globally. Why you not worky? Why you not wanna worky? This one works, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely. Okay. $63. How come this button common event doesn't work? If script input is off, wait. Reach locator is usable on, otherwise common button release is off. Common button release is off. God. I don't know what to do. How come it's not working? 63, right? Let me check. Oh. Wait, what? '63 doesn't have one? Why? It makes no sense. Oh, it's because I didn't really need it. That makes perfect sense. It's because I was using aloes. That's why it doesn't work. Well, at least that's in button common events. 63 has to be assigned to 63. Beautiful. Okay, and I also have to just make it disappear. And make this disappear too. Should bring it back after I erased it. bring it back until buttons active is turned on again. So I can't do erase picture unless I'm gonna do a show picture when I close the menu. Which I can do that. I don't know. If I just set it to 0 resolution, that'll make it not pushable anymore, right? Now it's I gotta call it night because I gotta wake up pretty early tomorrow. Good progress today. Basically, I just gotta figure out. Let me go look at my checklist before I call it a night. I'm not gonna go right this second. Yeah, I'll be leaving soon. But definitely super good progress. I almost got back to the point where my touchscreen controls are set up again. And no more allos. And it's like so great having so much more control over how they work exactly. Because allos kind of glitched out. It was like the last mobile bug I was kind of trying to figure out was how to deal with allo. Because it did this thing where it would just like scroll through all the text like really quickly. And it just was, it's broken. It was broken. It wasn't working. It wasn't workable. I couldn't get it to work. With this picture common event method, it's just so much more flexible, so I can get it to look exactly the way I want it to look, you know? It's really exciting. The game is so fun to play with the mobile control like this. Like, it's just such a upgrade, like to the max. It feels so much more fun, you know? Doesn't work in this. I gotta fix this. Oh wow, and look, it's still constrained to the old. I didn't set it up with the radiance on this one. Man, look at how much more ghetto that shit looks compared to this beauty. I'm gonna have to recode this a bit though, because you see the way it kind of does this like flashing glitch thing? It's because it's positioning itself in between pixels, right? And then I need it to lock. I need it to like do like a floor so it only positions itself right on the pixels, not in between them. So actually I should write that in my notes. So I did this. Let's replace allo buttons. I kind of did that. Make controller buttons appear when you use the touchscreen. I did that. Disappear when you use the keyboard gamepad. Oh, I didn't do that. Menu tutorial, directions for mobile, make UI the same on desktop and mobile. The other thing I want to do is lock pixels for touch controls. Math dot, just so I can remember what I was talking about. Math.floor. To remove pixel interpolation. I'm debating making a plugin command for the mobile UI. Like, I could build a plugin command into my own plugin, right? And then, yeah, let's just say to do that. That way I can just reuse the existing plugin command for like the rest, and I don't have to change anything. Make plugin command from allo work with Joe mobile optimization. Something like that. If I do all that, everything will be exactly at the level it was. Oh, auto run. Always on dash. Make game always on dash. I also need to get the character animations. Animations for walk when moving slow. I think I have an idea to do that. I'm just going to put in parentheses here. If tilt is greater than 0.5. So basically I'm pretty sure I can assign like a global value to tilt, and then I can just check it if it's 0.5, and then I can set into the Galv plugin is dashing if tilt is greater than 0.5, and if it's below that I'll set it to walking, or 0.6.
Now, how about drums? An instrument everybody loves.
Man, if I get all this shit done, my game is gonna be so badass, dude. Like, I'm just tripping out. Like, the mobile is gonna work so good. Oh, battle, battle scene. Mobile controls. And also name, scene.name, scene_name. This isn't battle scene, it's scene battle. Maybe scene title? Yeah, probably we'll do scene title too. Bro, if I get all this shit done, this is like, I can do this in a few days. All of this stuff. All of this I want to put below the, I would consider this all old stuff. But the mobile mastery menu is the next thing after that. I'll put old stuff above the game plus. Gosh, none of the stuff I'm gonna do is gonna be good for like content, because it's like, it doesn't make the game look different at all. It's all like under the hood. Okay, so let's go on Twitch here. How many viewers I got? 4. Dang, I'm probably gonna hit that 750 mark any day now. Okay, so what do we got? We got Retro MMO, Zed Craze. We got Retro MMO, Zed, Mercenary Mage. I feel like Retro has been playing games a lot recently. It's like, doesn't he want to work on his MMO anymore? Asmongold. Secret of Monkey Island? What the crap is this, dude? Whoa, I just hit the 100 messages now? That's like the longest it's ever taken me to get it. What a loser. Oh, Red Joe creates. It's like he's doing some fun stuff. Alright, everybody, it has been a very good time tonight. I hope you had fun like me. I'm gonna go to sleep. I gotta wake up really early, so that's the way it goes. Check y'all the next times. It's been a good stream. Got a lot done. I feel like a lot of the stuff I wasn't really sure about, I like figured it out, you know? Like I feel pretty confident I know how to do everything I want to do going forward. It's just gonna be a matter of kind of implementing it. So that means it's just gonna be a day or two until the mobile version of the game is like pretty much there. I'm gonna get the Google News any minute now, and I'll post it on YouTube when I do. Whether they'll accept the build or not. I kind of almost don't want them to because I added so much that I want to put that one out, but yeah. Anyway, see you guys later. It's been a blast. Good night. Night, 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 night.